Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
A really interesting discovery has been made in India in the well-known Bhimbetka rock shelters near Bhopal. Some of us might be aware that this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a very important archaeological site in India. The caves here in the rock shelters have cave paintings that were made by some of the oldest humans to ever inhabit the subcontinent. They date back to up to 10,000 years before today. These paintings are the oldest known rock art in India. In March of last year, in 2020, just when the COVID-19 pandemic began, a group of scientists who were touring these caves made a very surprising discovery on the roof and walls of these caves. They found something here that is much older than the rock art present in these caves. In fact, hundreds of millions of years older. Turns out that they might have discovered the fossils of a group of animals called Dickinsonia, which were one of the oldest animals to ever have existed on Earth over 500 million years ago. And that is what we're going to talk about today. What these caves are, what these fossils are, and what the significance of this finding is. I'm Sandhya Ramesh and this is Pure Science. The Bhimbetka rock shelters were discovered about 150 years ago, but their true archaeological significance was realized only in the 1970s. More than 750 rock shelters or caves have been identified, spread out over an area of 10 kilometers. This is one of the largest prehistoric complexes in the world, and these are of course caves that used to be occupied by humans. In fact, these rock shelters or caves were occupied continuously from the Stone Age, about 8000 BCE, which was about 10,000 years from today, to the late Mesolithic, about 2nd century BCE. We have evidence of this in the form of artifacts as well as dating of the pigments that were used to make these cave paintings. These rock paintings are from various periods in history and depict different scenes. The oldest ones, dating back to 10,000 years before present, show animals. It shows bisons and tigers and even rhinos. Then there are ones that were made about 8,000 to 6,000 years ago that show hunting and weapons that were used during these times. It shows spears and sticks as well as the use of bow and arrows. Art from about 5,000 years ago shows the exchange of goods with agricultural communities that were nearby, and then later art also showed religious symbols, ceremonies, riders on animals, different scripts that were being used, tree gods as well as sky chariots. Such cave paintings give us a good insight into how human culture and civilization evolved in these areas over history as well. Now, in these rock shelters, the biggest cave is known as the Auditorium Cave, and here is where this new monumental discovery was made. A group of geologists who had actually come to India to attend the International Geological Congress, which was unfortunately cancelled due to the pandemic because this was March of 2020. So this group of geologists decided to tour these caves because of course the rocks are really significant from a geological point of view and they're very interesting. On the last day of their tour of these caves, serendipitously they chanced upon what was hiding in plain sight, as they described it in their paper. In the roof of the Auditorium Cave that has been visited by hundreds of thousands of people over the decades, they discovered the fossilized impression of Dickinsonia. Dickinsonia is an extinct genus, not just a species but encompassing multiple species. For example, Panthera is the genus to which many other species of big cats belong, like tigers and leopards and so on. So Dickinsonia is a genus, and we have identified 9 species belonging to this genus so far from fossil evidence. These species of Dickinsonia lived in the Ediacaran period from 635 million years ago to about 541 million years ago, spanning a range of about 94 million years. We've had many extinction events before and after this time, of course, but the big 5 major extinction events that we know of, including the one that killed the dinosaurs, all happened after this period, and we've still managed to get fossilized evidence of animals that lived before these 5 extinctions. How amazing is that? From these fossils, which were first discovered in Australia, we are able to tell that the animals belonging to the Dickinsonia genus are bilaterally symmetrical. That means that, like most modern animals, these animals are symmetrical roughly on both sides of an axis. They're also ribbed oval in shape, so the animals are oval shaped and have ribbed marking that look like ridges all over them. The fossils we've discovered too are just casts and imprints in sandstone beds and in clay. We don't have actual bones like we do of dinosaurs and other animals, but imprints are also fossils. Anything that provides evidence of existence of life is a fossil, including just a tooth or hair or bones or shells or DNA or imprints including footprints, and in astrobiological terms, evidence of presence of gases in atmosphere that likely came from biological sources. So from these imprints of Dickinsonia, we know that the individuals of this genus and all of the different species range from a few millimeters in size to several meters in size. But while we call them an animal now, what exactly they were biologically was a mystery for a very long time. The first few fossils were discovered in the 1940s, and for several decades there were various theories about what these fossils could be. Were they plants? Were they animals? Were they a fungus? Were they protists, which are unicellular? We didn't know any of these. But we did make some interesting findings over the decades. We discovered some fossils that show the internal anatomy of these creatures, including what is thought to be a digestive tract, which digested food as well as spread the digested food and nutrients to different parts of the body of the organism. So consensus was sort of forming for a couple of decades that Dickinsonia were actually animals. And then in 2018, just very recently, scientists announced the results of lipid analysis on some really good fossils that were discovered in 2016. These fossils had a well-preserved organic layer on top of the impression. Lipids are fats, and the analysis of these fats revealed the presence of cholesteroids. Basically, they revealed animal fats. Thus, we were able to conclude just 2 to 3 years ago, after 70 years of speculation, that these were in fact animals. Given their age, we were able to tell that these blobs were some of the earliest complex animals to ever exist and were the ancestors to many animals that came after them. Dickinsonia fossils are the oldest fossils of any multicellular animals we have today. However, there is still much that we don't know about Dickinsonia. We don't know if they moved. Currently, it looks like they were stationary and they just absorb nutrients and food from the bottom surface of their bodies. The animals do not seem to have a mouth or an anus. We also don't know if they were entirely marine, if they were also present in shallow waters, and if they were present on land. The geologists who discovered the fossils could not work on them because they did not have any equipment. They were just touring the caves as tourists. But they took lots and lots of pictures and went back to model them in 3D and analyze what they found. What was most significant about this discovery is that Dickinsonia fossils have only been found in Australia, Russia, and Ukraine when the geologists made this discovery. As of this year, as of 2021, they've also been discovered in China. But the pattern of the imprint was clearly very similar to other Dickinsonia fossils, and even the potential species was identified. Now here's the interesting part. There are 2 implications of these findings, the findings of Dickinsonia in these caves in India. The first is simple. It confirms something that we already know, which is the time period of the formation or the assembly of the supercontinent Gondwana land. We've seen in a couple of videos before about supercontinents. Pangaea was the last big supercontinent in which the entire landmass on Earth was clumped together. Pangaea assembled from other smaller supercontinents, one of which was Gondwana land. Gondwana land formed about 800 to 600 million years ago and contained South America, Africa, Antarctica, Arabia, Zealandia, and also Australia and the Indian subcontinent. The last bit to be put into place was the collision of the Indian subcontinent and Madagascar together with East Africa, which was completed about 550 million years ago. So a 550 million year old fossil that is also found in Australia and is now found in India does indeed confirm that these two countries were physically close together in the same area at the time period. So it confirms the timeline of the assembly of Gondwana land. Of course, Gondwana land later merged with Euramerica to form Pangaea, and then Pangaea later broke up. Now, the second significance of this discovery is closer to home, and it is that it helps us narrow down the age of the Bhimbetka cave rocks. The age of these rocks has been the subject of much debate. Some have said that it is 800 to 900 million years old, while some say that it's a lot younger. But biological evidence and biogeological evidence can provide very important clues. From the Australian fossils, we know the age of the organisms and when they lived. So we now know that these rocks are at least 550 million years old and likely older. Now, there are a couple of important caveats here. One is that the lead author of the study has made a couple of controversial comments in the past about Dickinsonia living on land instead of on the seafloor, and other scientists have rejected these claims. There is an article about this in the New York Times, and that will be linked in the description below. But other scientists also think that in this particular case, if these fossils are Dickinsonia, then it is possible that they lived on land. Additionally, the only way to confirm the age of the fossil, or that it is even a fossil for sure, is to date it. But to date it, material is needed, and we don't have that just yet. Remember, these findings have just come out a couple of months ago. Some scientists also think that these fossils could in fact just be drawings or renderings, artistic renderings. In fact, even more confusingly, they could actually be an ancient drawing of an actual Dickinsonia fossil. We don't know any of that yet. So while a scientific paper has in fact come out, we still need to study the material of these fossils to confirm everything. The only way to do that is to scrape a little bit of material from near these fossils and then study them in the lab. And once we do that, we will be able to narrow down what this is and confirm or reject other theories.